Ashley Land, and welcome to another episode of Firehouse Foods. Today we're out at Station 9, and with me I have Peter Hamilton. How are you doing?
Very well today. How are you, Ashley?
Good. We hear the accent. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
Well, I'm from County Cork. A lot of Americans like to say Cork County, but it's actually County Cork in Ireland. Came here when I was about 15 years old. We're located at Station 9, like Ashley said, and that's just south of 20, off of Carrier and Polo. So a lot of times, if you're around the south of 20 area, we might be coming to your house if you need us.
Sounds good. And what makes Station 9 a little bit more different than the other stations?
Well, this is something a lot of people don't know, that we have an engine and a truck. A lot of people don't know the difference, but when you're rolling down the street and you see a big ladder on top of the truck, you know that's a truck.
Okay.
An engine doesn't have a ladder on top of it.
Okay. So what are we making today?
Well, this is actually pretty close to my heart. I'm a Corker, so being from County Cork, so we like to make shepherd's pie there.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a bit of shepherd's pie.
Sounds good. And is this a family recipe or?
Oh, well, it's one, kind of, but I tweaked it a little bit myself. Just because I like it a little bit different than other people do.
Okay. Sounds good. Have you made it for the station before?
This will be the first time. It's kind of hard to please these guys around here. Sometimes they're a little bit picky.
Okay. Well, we're going to try it today and see if they like it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
Fantastic. Well, the first thing I like to do is get all of my potatoes ready, because you need to have the potatoes boiling. That way you can get all your meat and vegetables together.
Okay.
And so they're cooking while you're boiling the potatoes. You kind of kill two birds with one stone at that point. Know what I mean? So first we'll start by, again, these guys are picky, so I can't leave the skin on here.
Okay.
You have to peel the skins off there.
Skins off?
All right. And we're just going to cut them up into a nice little pieces, not too small. We just want them to boil pretty fast there. Okay. Well, I'm cutting the potatoes now. You don't have to cut them too small. We want them small enough to where they'll boil, and it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes for them to start to work before they're real nice and soft and tender. Just like when you're making mashed potatoes, you want them nice and tender before you start with them. And I usually start with about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds for a normal sized dish, but we're making this for the Firehouse, so we need to make a bigger portion of it. So it'll be probably about 3 to 4 pounds of potato.
Okay.
So now we've got our water boiling over here, and we just plop the old potatoes in there. And be careful, you don't want to get burned by anything, then you'll be calling us for an ambulance. There we are.
Okay, so after we have the spuds going, now what do we do next?
Well, we make the good part now, my favorite part, the meat and the filling here.
Sounds good.
It's pretty simple, mostly vegetables and a lot of meat. Now, it's going to be a little more meat than you probably need at home. But for us, like I said before, we're about to cook for some hungry guys, and we've got a lot of them. So we'll start. I need a little bit of oil, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So I'll put a little oil in the pan. Just enough to coat the pan there. We don't want too much there, because we're also going to have the meat, and that adds a little bit of more fat as well. So we want to just keep that to a minimum here, just enough to saute.
Coat the pan.
All right, we've got our chopped carrots here, right in the pan like that. Oh, it's a nice sizzle too, I like that. There we are, a bit of onion. Now it's starting to smell good. Then, as we're doing that, we add some garlic as well. I like fresh garlic. Now you can use this stuff here. This is pretty good, but fresh garlic preferred. I just didn't have anything right now. I agree with that. Just like all this is fresh here. All right, just a touch of salt here. Like I said, just enough to get it to caramelize together. There we are. Very good. And now we take our spatula and we just give it a nice toss like that. Toss your veggies around a little bit. There we are.
Okay.
All right. Now the next step here, if you don't mind adding the meat to it, I'll let you take care of that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Great. All of it?
Oh, you're going to wash your hands too.
Yes.
And just so you know, she will wash her hands after she's handled this meat.
I washed them before also.
That's right. Of course she did. Of course. Always wash your hands after handling raw meat like that. Just getting that nice and brown there. Nice and brown. There we are. Well, what I like to do is I like to let it finish cooking and then have a little taste. And that lets me know what else I need to add to it. All right, now we have our next step here. We're going to add a bit of flour, make kind of a roux, for those of you who are familiar with that. It's just called adding flour to it. Now we don't want to add too much flour. We only want to add enough to kind of make everything come together. So I'd probably add about 4 tablespoons for this here. There we are. Looking very good, very good. A little bit of that tomato paste there. There we are. And again, just like I was doing with my flour, I want to add a nice helping of tomato paste here. Traditionally, this is made with a bit of a red wine vinegar. The Worcestershire sauce is I feel like it has a little bit of different flavour to it, so it adds even a little more depth to your shepherd's pie here. There we are. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. There we go. We're going to add one more thing here that'll kind of thin it out a bit and then give us more of a almost looks like a stew, if you will.
Okay.
So, Ashley, if you don't mind, I need my chicken broth real quick here. Thank you so much. We'll put, I'd say probably about 2 cups of that. There we are. That's a nice sizzle there. Now, I like to add a good amount of each. Now, you can use frozen or fresh, either way. It doesn't really matter. I use the frozen because it's easier. Tends to taste a little bit better too. I'd say that's probably about a cup there. As well, we've got about a cup here of peas as well. There we are. Very good, very good. Delicious. There we are. Turn that heat down just a little more as well.
Okay, so we have our meat filling made, and we did the potatoes.
That's right.
So what do we do next? I'm assuming.
All right, this is the easy part. Yeah. We take the filling, you put it in the pan first. It's like a cake. You put your batter in, but only we don't wait till it's done to frost it.
Okay.
That's where the mashed potatoes come in there.
Okay.
All right there. Okay, just keep spooning just like that. Or using the spatula, either way. Spatula, spoon, whatever you have handy. We'll mash it down just like that. There we are, get it nice and even. We're going to put all of these potatoes that we can, we're going to fit as much as we can on there because they're delicious. Now, when I make these potatoes, what I like to do is I like to make them nice and firm. You don't want them real thin like you would regular mashed potatoes there, because you want them nice, like almost like little pillows on top of there. See, that's like a little pillow there. There we are. Oh, we've got just about all those potatoes on there. It's looking pretty tasty there.
So after we get the potatoes on, we're going to bake it for a little while?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I've got the oven preheated over here to about 400 degrees, and we're about 20 to 25 minutes. All you're really looking for is a nice golden brown.
Okay, Peter, so this is the first time I've ever had shepherd's pie.
Well, you're about to taste the fruits of my labor here.
I get the good...
Yeah, absolutely, a full mouthful there, and I'll let you have it first. That way, in case it's not very good, I won't eat it. Just joking. It's gonna be delicious.
It's good. It's very
It is.
good.
I knew what it would be.
Well, everyone, if you'd like a copy of today's recipe, visit us at gptx.org/firehousefoods. Well, Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
The food's great.
Wonderful.
I can't wait to eat the rest of it.
Right. Well, I hope you do.
Yeah.
And well, I will say also that I'd like you to dance an Irish jig if you like it.
Oh,
Good
no.
enough for me.
I'll pass.
That'd be nice, please.
I'll pass.
Oh, you sure? Okay, all right. It's up to you.
Well, everyone, make sure you join us for another episode of Firehouse Foods.